What is up, everybody? We're going to be going over this video. This guy is going to be speeding, and he's going to go ahead and lane split these two people. A little bit of impatience here, and then there's going to be a vehicle that's going to be pulling out of an intersection, and it's going to kind of get in his way. He's going a little bit too fast, but so he's not going to be able to see it in time. Also, the driver's not going to be able to see him in time. We're going to talk about why and how that happens a lot, and why we start thinking that these are close calls when in fact we're the ones creating our situations here. So I really want you guys to understand that we should not be doing this, okay? This is not what we should be doing as motorcycle riders. It kind of gives us a bad name, and it makes the legislators make new laws that impact us in a negative way. So right here we have this motorcycle rider, a little bit impatient. The speed limit is 40 miles an hour in this zone. He's going 42, so whatever, that's perfectly fine. Later on he gets about to 60. That's considered criminal speeding in the state of Arizona. Anything 20 over the speed limit or 85 anywhere in the state of Arizona is considered criminal speeding. You get a lot of fines, a lot of tickets, you get your bike towed, all these different things. So we're gonna go ahead and jump into here, and this is more like a rider impatience thing. And let's take what's good, I guess what's good or what we can learn from this, not necessarily good, but what can we learn from this portion right here? Let's say you are riding and you got a little too close to the car in front of you, which is going to be this truck right here. And we have this other vehicle right here. It's like, man, we don't have a very good escape path. I have great line of sight, though. I can see way ahead of this, but the hazards that are involved here is the car to the left and the vehicle in the front. So we're going to have issues there, but I want you guys to see that this is easily an escape path. Now, this guy's lane filtering in a bad way, so he's not doing what he's supposed to be doing, you know, overall. But let's take what we can learn from this. You know, our bikes can fit through there. So this is a good example of how our bikes can fit through an escape path through this. Now, you shouldn't put yourself in this situation at all. So this is right here. He's having to make escape paths. He's having a lane filter because he put himself in this situation. So let's not do that. Let's keep our space cushion nice and open so we can have better escape paths. But just want you guys to understand and see this portion right here, that you can make this, okay? So just in case in an emergency, emergencies only. I don't recommend doing this for funsies, especially in a congested area like this, but for emergencies, this is doable. So there you go, easily doable. Let's go ahead and scroll back just a little bit. As you can see, he's sharing the same lane. He's going about 56 miles an hour now, so we're getting closer to that criminal speeding. We're going 16 over. But look at this. You get this room, and if you have to, do it. So we're going to move on to this next portion. So he got past everybody. It's more like an impatience thing, and he's deciding, you know what, I'm going to go ahead and speed. He's going about 63, 62, 60 now, and he's going through an intersection at 60 miles an hour. You do not have the wherewithal. You cannot figure out what's going on at that speed. You can't see hazards very well at that speed. The reason why it's 40 miles an hour is because of the amount of congestion that's happening. And at 40 miles an hour, legislators or maybe even like engineers have dictated, hey, people can't see things. You know, in order for people to avoid accidents, we need to lower the speed limit. So if we're going 60, we cannot see that. We can't see the red car wanting to turn left. He quite possibly was about to turn left, maybe saw the motorcyclist. Thankfully he did. But sometimes you don't have that option. Sometimes they don't see you, and they're going to turn left in front of you, which is one of the most deadly and dangerous areas and types of accidents that motorcycles get into are when cars turn left in front of us in an intersection. So intersections are extremely deadly, and if we're going to be going into it 20 over the speed limit, let alone just the speed limit, we're going to open ourselves up to very high risks and bad hazards. So we're going to move past this and see right here, it says 40 miles an hour. He's going 60. So that right there is criminal speeding. Don't do this. If you get caught by the cops, your bike's going to get towed. You're going to get massive fines. You're going to get a bunch of problems, massive points on your driver's license. On top of that, it's not safe. So we're going to move forward right here, and then this is the hazard that is going to be presented to us at 60 miles an hour. This car that's coming out of their version of an intersection, which is a parking lot, you know, merging into us, that could be very deadly for motorcyclists, especially if we're going to be going 60 or 20 over the speed limit. Like I said, we can't figure out exactly what's happening at that speed. Also, this vehicle, the reason why I want to go over this one is this vehicle was not able to see this motorcycle rider because of that speed. Remember, motorcycle riders and, well, us, we can't be seen very well. We have a headlight, we have a head, and then we have one tire in front. That is our profile when we're going straight in a straight line. People don't recognize recognize that. Also, it's very hard to judge our speed. So this car driver probably thought this guy was going about 40, so he has that extra, you know, space cushion to make it into the main road and merge onto everything. But we're going 50% faster than what we're supposed to be going. So that is going to be a very bad situation for this car driver. He can't tell. He just cannot tell. So when we get up to this point and we did some type of evasive maneuver, we had to swerve really far out of the way. Yes, it can be fun. Yes, I understand that. But then we're going to get pissed off at the driver. So we're going to shake our head, get a little angry here. Probably flip them off, but let's take a look at now what the rider is wearing. So he has complete disregard for the rule of law when it comes to criminal speeding. He also does not care about, you know, lane filtering or anything basically. And then on top of that, he has no gear. So if we're going to be putting ourselves in these situations, which is just literally sitting on the motorcycle and getting on the road, let's wear full gear. Full PPE, personal protective equipment. I hear all the time people talking about ATGAT. I used to say it all the time, but I'm going to kind of switch around and move to PPE because that is something that I have grown up with in the fire service, personal protective equipment. So we're going to start talking that way. It does not have that, so you start to get an idea of where his mindset is. Are we having fun only on the bikes? High risk, you know, knowing that something bad could happen and then I could be severely injured, so that makes it more fun? Or is it just a lack of caring for that? I mean, we got a very expensive bike. We got, looks like some decent gloves. We obviously have a helmet. And then if you have a GoPro on your face, that's easily $100 to $500. I mean, why don't we just get a $150 jacket, $150 pants, some boots and gloves, and then boom, $500 that you would have spent on an action camera, you can spend on full gear. So guys, let's go ahead and start working into that. Let's get ourselves in the safety mindset and not necessarily seeing how we can get through traffic and lane filter and speed and do all these different things, because remember, car drivers cannot see us at that speed. Car drivers already have a tough time seeing us at a lower speed, so let's not make it harder for them. And then on top of that, if we're going to be doing that speed, accept the risks. Honestly, you're going to have to, because there's a good chance you're going to die. What is up, everybody? Got my dad hat on, but we're going to be talking about this motorcycle rider crossing an obstacle in the middle of a turn, doing a great job. There it is. Boom. We're going to go over how you can do that yourself so that if something like this happens, you know exactly what to do. So we're going to do a what if scenario in this situation. What's happening here is going to be in the middle of a turn, and there's going to be